What up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to the channel, Discin Deals Coverage. My name is Lucas. Today, we're in Salina, Kansas, at a very underrated course, Thomas Park, to watch these league leaders battle it off in a skins match. You're watching Salina Skins. All right, before we jump into the action, let's get to know the man behind this skins event, Sean Baltazar. Sean,
how's it going, man?
Good, good. Thank you so much for meeting with me. Just kind of twisting your arm to have this interview. Thank you for all that you're doing. Before we jump in to talk about the event, let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
All right. I just want to know how long you've been in the sport. What keeps you in the sport? Tell me a little bit about your journey. To hear more about Sean and his amazing journey, why he does this skins, and a little bit more history of the skins, make sure you stay tuned after the front nine to see the rest of that amazing interview. But let's go ahead and jump into the action and meet these players. Yo, welcome in. We're jumping into the action. We're on hole one. This is 405 feet. And as you can see, there is a tunnel here. Not the easiest shot in the world. This hole is going to be worth $50 freaking dollars. Let's go. So to do our introductions off the tee, we have Salina legend, Garrett Brees.
How's it going, everybody? First on the tee, leading this year's Thursday Handicap League, we have Trevor Wood. And I'm telling you, this guy should be called Trevor Basket because he's more likely to hit that than some wood. You feel me? This guy could throw a brick on a hyzer and headwind and still get a birdie. Give it up, Trevor Wood.
Let's go.
Up next in points for second, I got Tim Brown. This guy is a forehand specialist, but don't be afraid either because his backhand has got some dangerous technique as well. Please welcome second points, Tim Brown. Third in points for this year's Handicap League, we have Levi Lister, the ambidextrous aggressor. He's going to put some pressure on these guys, I have a feeling. Give it up for Levi. Coming in fourth in points, we've got Jared Winter coming in making Summers feel cool. Give it up for this guy.
All right, welcome into hole 2. Holy moly, starting off with some fireworks. Jared, outside a circle, hitting that, and that's $50 for Jared. Let's go. Good work. So hole 2 now is 274 feet. This is just around the corner, very specific shot shape. Money's on the line. Let's see who's gonna shine. All right. That last hole, very, very tough to get the 2. We had a push. So hole 3, going to the long position way down there. And we got $100 here on this one. There's money on the line. Who's gonna shine? Oh, wow. Let's go, dude. Wow. That's nice too, Cruz. Come on, get up. Sit down. Sure. Okay. He's gonna be all right. Should have some type of lift, yeah. Oh, wind destroyed it. Oh, Tim.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
There's that scary backhand.
Favorite time.
Oh,
Wicked
Nice
action.
reaction.
Really?
is that a nickname?
Great line though. That's good push.
Wind knocked it down.
Oh. All right, welcome into hole 4. We had big putts there to push. Levi had a great drive. Terrible bid for the 2 though. We're playing this one at 402 feet. Straight down the gap. And since we pushed, there is $150 on this one. Money's on the line. Who's gonna shine?
Did you? Can you cut that? 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 Pressure.
All right, we have another push, but before we talk about that, I'd like to introduce you to Stretch, who just threw in $100 for the skins. Let's go! Stretch, tell us what you want to do with that money.
I just put $5 on every hole, all the way up to 17 and 15 on 18. I'm doing it for the people right behind me, or actually right behind her.
Let's go, guys!
This is just for my family and friends, and feels what's right.
All right, dude. Thank you so much, man. All right. Guys, give a round of applause. So that means every hole's worth 55? Yep. That's too fucking hard on the math. What a...
Oh, we can't cuss, but you can?
Yeah, because it's not recording. Is it recording?
I mean, it still is.
All right. Welcome into hole 5. This is a tough hole. 595 feet. You do have OB. That's a wire line over there. It shouldn't come into play unless someone does something pretty silly. But because of Stretch's new donation into the pot, this hole is now worth $220. Woo! All right. Some money's on the line. Who's going to shine?
Little belt love. Trevor Love. Trevor Love. Trevor Love. No, Trevor Love. Should throw left-handed.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Playing from the women's tee.
Hope she wasn't recording my beard. Super helpful.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Good shot. drive though, Trev. Yeah, man.
Ooh, that was close. Trevor had a sick drive, but then hit a tree on that approach. So we got another push. So now this hole at only 278 feet is worth $275. Holy crap. So listen to this. Money's on the line. Who's going to shine? All right. Woo. That was close. Big putt at the end there by Levi to push that hole. So now this hole is worth $330. Holy moly. And not only that, this is a CTP hole with a Lux Vapor tilt for the CTP prize. And money's on the line. Who's going to shine?
I'm not shining.
Shine last hole.
Oh. good.
Good shot, dude.
Well, he's one short that time.
Yeah, good. Wasn't short.
But,
Dude.
good.
All right. I don't know if you saw that, but Levi won the CTP and was maybe circle 3. I don't know. Hole 8 is $278. Not $278, but 278 feet. We have pushed again to $385 for this hole. Money's on the line. Can someone please shine?
Wow. Okay. Oh. Well, you got one grease. You don't get two. It's up there somewhere. Greasy. Ah.
We got work to do.
Get in it. Oh!
Good day, dude.
Hell of a dig.
Good day. Oh.
Get it. Get it. Drop.
Oh.
Great.
Good day, dude.
Find it.
Oh.
Pretty good layup. Nice putt, Tim.
All right, welcome into hole 9. We have another push. Once we get this paid out, it's going to be big because we're up to $440 for this hole. Holy macaroni. So, hole 9 is 288 feet. It's an S curve. Money's on the line. Who's going to shine?
That's all I did was just come.
I wouldn't say it kind of just breathing hard.
Fairway.
Get back.
Oh, you suck!
Oh, that was close.
Man, it's up there. It's the disc golf police. We're gonna need more than one. Get off the course. Go.
Get around.
It's up there.
You got something sneaky.
Oh! Not around. Not that one.
Wow, some really big shots were hit there at the end. Make sure you stay tuned because you're about to hear an amazing interview from an amazing man. Let's look at that right now. Before we jump in to talk about the event, let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
All right. I just want to know how long you've been in the sport, what keeps you in the sport. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
I got into disc golf about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, someplace in there, and I had a really good friend who said, "Hey, come out, let's have some fun. You'll enjoy this." And I thought, nah, probably not. It wasn't really my thing. I'm more of a conventional sport guy, and so my friends get me in, and I grab a DX AVR, one of the Halloween ones with the pumpkin stamp on it.
Yes.
I throw it and it goes about 80 feet, and I feel like I've launched this thing. All of a sudden, I'm a disc golfer. I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the world. I was not in a good headspace when all that started. So disc golf really brought me in and showed me a sport where I could get out and move around, become mobile. I had gotten over 500 pounds. I had gotten pretty desperate. I was all by myself. Didn't want to be around anybody. And here comes this group of loving hippies. That's what I like to call them. They just invite me in, and they're like, "Hey, man, how about you come hang out with us?" They treated me like they've known me their whole lives. They treated me with respect. They treated me with dignity. The sport has helped me grow tremendously as a person, as a human being, and I have just loved it from the word go. I can't throw enough disc golf these days. I can't get to enough play. Disc golf has helped me physically, emotionally. It's helped me in so many ways. It's saved my life. It truly has.
I love that. And And I would say that you're not the only one that's probably gone down a similar path.
Yeah.
So, and that's the great thing about the community. So I love to hear that story. So let's kind of move into this event, but more so how it came to be. Let's talk about the Salina League in general. So this is kind of a continuation of the league and what you're doing for not only disc golf in Salina, but for these top four league leaders is really awesome. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So a little bit of history. I've been given some history on the league over the years, and I like to pay attention to that sort of thing. This league started with downtown Randy Brown, and Randy showed up and said, "Hey, bring $5. Come at me, bro." Um, they rotated through all the courses in Salina. Well, there was three. There was Lakewood Northside, Lakewood Southside, and right here at Thomas. And the very first matches were right here at Thomas, and they would get together. You got to meet Coach earlier. He was one of
Yeah.
those, some of the people who have been around for a while. Been around since the '90s. Anyway, '80s and '90s actually. Lakewood was put in I believe '86, and so they got to a point where it was, hey, we're growing. Come prove yourself. That grew. And it grew and it grew. It was, come at me, bro, take my $5. Winner takes all. They slowly, over a couple of years, developed a points chase, and it had become a handicap league. They were really considerate of those golfers, such as myself, who aren't really long armed or great putters or a combination of both. And they put together a handicap league. And with that handicap league, they started to pay out a little deeper in this thing. Well, then they decided to have a points race. And as they decided to have a points race at the end of the year, they would have multiple players that would find their way into, winning positions. A good friend of mine who had won this league 4 years in a row says to me, Sean, listen, those of us who shoot well, we don't get a cash out during the season. And
Just
it didn't make sense to me, and so and then it all makes sense at once. Oh, the handicap, those guys aren't getting anything.
yeah.
Their handicap takes them smooth out of anything to be. And my brain said, I watched one of the OTB skins matches, and my brain went, huh. Well, maybe these guys, we can give them a chance to go at each other. We can bring back a little bit of the come at me, bro.
Yeah.
We can do that at the same time that we can pay these guys for performing well all year. To finish in the top 4 out of 60 players in a community of this size, you really have to work. And this is a culmination of them to put that work together and try and get some reward out of it. And man, it's this league has blossomed and blossomed and blossomed under guys like Smokey and Austin Strite, and just a continual effort from the Central Kansas Disc Golf League family to make sure that this Thursday league happens and grows into something like this. I can tell you this too: it's the only singles league in Salina.
That's awesome.
So it's the only chance for them to really come at each other.
And I love it because you're helping these players that don't ever get paid out. And this is something that you do by yourself. So this event is not something that a lot of people are sponsoring. Like, this is coming from you out of your pocket, and you're doing it just to like really highlight these players.
Yeah, absolutely. I am not a guy who is I would be lucky to be an 800 rated golfer, and I know that. But I have certain talents that fit well, and I believe that whenever we get together in moments such as this, we're a body.
Yep.
That's why we have these leagues. That's why we have clubs and groups. And sometimes everybody thinks they need to be a brain. Everybody thinks they need to be a mouth. Everybody thinks we don't have enough hands and feet. Well, my talents fit best in something like this. And if I can do this to get us together, if I can do this for us to enjoy some time together, and we actually get to separate the wheat from the chaff, hey man, I'm all in.
I dig it. We got Trevor, we got Tim, we got Levi, we got Jared.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about these 4 gentlemen?
Absolutely. We'll start with Jared. The guy is a gentle giant, and I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about he just puts off an amazing spirit. He is one of the most kind people you've ever met. He is just happy to be here throwing some golf.
I love that.
Yeah, he's an old soul in a young man's body. I absolutely love having him around. Levi, I've known Levi Lister the longest of all of these people. We played in a church worship team together 15, 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was a jerk back then. He's still a jerk now. uh, he's Levi, man. He's actually he's been a great friend to me for almost a couple decades now, and I'm pretty appreciative that he's a part of this. Tim, Tim. So where we're having this match is Thomas Park.
A hidden gem, by the way. If you have not been to Thomas Park, you need to get out here.
Thomas Park has a Sunday doubles league, and Tim has ran that league for Central Kansas Disc Golf League for 7 years.
Wow.
So he's dedicated. He's dedicated. He's committed. Tim really didn't like the fact that we were going to cover this. I'd like this to be said because Tim's such an introvert. He just loves to let his game speak for itself. And he does that in a very humble way, and he's got game. You're going to see that. And Trevor, you get those prodigies. You get the ones that just show up out of nowhere and get it and do it. Trevor's been really skilled at anything he does. He was a good bowler. He's really good at cornhole. He ladder golf, where the golf balls have the rope through them.
Yeah.
And you throw. They have a big tournament every year. He's a multi-time champion of that. Trevor's a guy that when he finds something, he gets to it, sticks to it, and absolutely loves it. Trevor's the kind of golfer that the older guys don't like, and the younger people love to follow. So he usually brings some excitement to the table. I am grateful to say that I am friends with the four of these gentlemen away from disc golf, and that's developed through disc golf, and they all have something to bring to the table.
That's so cool. Yeah. Any shout outs you'd like to give?
Absolutely. Once again, Smokey Porter, he runs this Thursday league. He does an amazing job. It's kind of like herding cats sometimes, the Thursday league. It's a little bit of a feat, if you will. Austin Strike, that guy, he's a pure numbers man with a love for disc golf. Austin can give statistics about statistics, and and he has had a love for Central Kansas Disc Golf League, for Salina Disc Golf for more than 20 years, and just a great guy, good to be around, straightforward gentleman, and he's kept this league alive the most. Black Ace Disc Golf, Brett and Joe. I talked with Joe a couple weeks ago at Hayes at the Frontier Open,
yep.
And we were talking about this match, and I said I really don't. I'm not looking for any sponsorship or anything on this. We're going to kind of keep this low key. I might have some things in the works.
Oh,
and
stay tuned.
And with those things, I'd like to speak with you about them. Well, yesterday rolls around, and Joe's partner in the store, Brett, messages me, and Brett asks, "Hey, how can I be a part of this?" They stepped right on up. It's the entire thing has created a buzz here in Salina, and we have some players who are wanting to come be a part of, contribute, and I just huge shout out to Central Kansas Disc Golf League. Oh yeah, not to forget my boy Bubba Case. He's the groundskeeper out here,
Okay.
and he's got this place immaculate. So yeah, man, I don't know. I probably didn't catch everybody, but I got a few.
Yeah.
And thank you to Discin Deals Coverage for being here.
Absolutely.
That's a huge part of this thing growing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to keep it simple. You guys are helping me get that out there, and I am forever grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an honor for us. I know this is your 4th year running this thing. Mm-hmm. First time this is ever going to be anywhere for people to see it other than if you were here live. So we're glad to be a part. And so thanks again for meeting with me, Sean.
Absolutely.
And there you have it. Like I said, what an amazing human being. So thankful that he was able to do this and for us to be able to provide this for you to watch. If you enjoyed this, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the actual YouTube video. You have no idea how much that helps. There's also some available videos here for your viewing pleasure as well. The back nine, make sure you come in, watch that right over here. And just some other content that I think you might like. As always, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.